Shalom. First and foremost, I would like to give all praises to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Ha, Rakah Kwadash, Mama. Double honors to the apostles of Great Millstone and the elders. Double honors to my elder as well, Aharawan Banyasha Allah of the Lions Den Camp here in Jacksonville, Florida. And salutations to the fellow Akim, Atwafim, and children that believe in truth and sincerity. It's your brother, I thank y'all back to another lesson. And your heart is edifying. All right, it's more like a spiritual hydration. And I wanted to start off in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 43. Because ultimately the curses that we went up under, being the Israelites, the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, and Seminole Indians, and those are the speckled birds who may look like the other nations, but bear the same spirit as such by way of their fathers. We have went through the cup of trembling, all right? We went through slavery. And ultimately, these curses that we up under is ultimately going to turn around on the heathen, Esau being in particular. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28 and verse 43. The stranger that is within thee shall get up above thee very high, and thou shalt come down very low. And that's what we went through as a nation. We've been at the bottom, all right? The so-called minority here in this society, when we really the majority. We really the Lord's children, all right? But now it's time for what? These curses to come up under what? Esau, Edom. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 30 and verse 7. And the Lord thy power will put all these curses upon thy enemies and on them that hate thee, which persecuted thee. All right, so it's ultimately going to be drawn upon the heathen, man. All right, again, that crafty counsel that's spoken of in Psalms chapter 83, how they are confederate against the Lord's children, the apple of his eye. So these curses that we're up under and we've been up under is ultimately going to turn upon the heathen, particularly Esau, Edom, the ambassador of the heathen. All right, and that's what's being done. That's what we're seeing being done today. All right, in these latter times with the Lord's judgments, with the Lord's prophecies, that's ultimately unfolding. That's going to trickle down and take effect when it comes to judgment. All right, upon the earth, the whole planet Earth. All right. But from there, I want to go to Jeremiah 51 and start at verse 1, all right? Because it's already taking place, all right, with the migrant caravan, all right? And it's Jeremiah 51 and verse 1. Thus saith the Lord, behold, I will raise up against Babylon and against them that dwell in the midst of them that rise up against me, a destroying wind. So the Lord is preparing that destroying wind. That wind represents destruction, ultimately for this place, Babylon, and the inhabitants thereof that want to continue to dwell in this place spiritually. All right, it's not no running from the judgments of the Lord. All right, you get that in the book of Amos, I believe chapter 5. All right, it's no running from the Lord's judgment. All right, he go dot his I's and cross his T's pertaining to the wicked. All right, 2/3 of our people and the heathen. All right, so what? You have to flee this place spiritually. You have to come out of the world spiritually. You got to put off the doctrines and the philosophies that's been put on our people. We have to put that off, or you're going to be destroyed here in America. All right, this verse 2, Jeremiah 51 and verse 2. And I will send unto Babylon fanners, right? All right, just how we've been made the tail. All right, and we were brought low, just going into Deuteronomy 28 and 43, and having the strangers that is within thee shall get up above thee very high. All right, we went through that. And ultimately, that's what Esau is getting ready to go through. All right. Because when it goes into verse 2, and I will send unto Babylon fanners. Fanners was what? Foreigners that's going to empty her land. That shall fan her and shall empty her land, for in the day of trouble they shall be against her round about. All right, because everybody hates this place. All right, even though they may seem like they can benefit off this place, they come over here and get a rude awakening. The foreign exchange students, the heathen itself, they come over here and get a rude awakening of that this place is a shithole. All right, being America, Babylon, the great. It's not a great city. Even Esau knows that. That's why he's trying to make it so-called great again, with what? Bringing another yoke, putting our people in more of a bondage with his new world order. But the Lord is not going to allow it to happen, all right, for his elect. It's Jeremiah 51 and verse 3. Against him that bendeth, let the archer bend his bow. And against him that lifteth himself up in his brigadine, and spare ye not her young men, destroy ye utterly all her hosts. And that's why we out there prophesying, all right, crying and sighing for the abominations that be done in the midst thereof. All right. That could line up with Ezekiel chapter 9, to where everybody's going to be met with a judgment here unless they got that mark of Thawa, meaning exemption from judgment. The mark that's spoken of in Ezekiel chapter 9 and verse 4. All right. Back in Jeremiah 51 and 4, thus the slain shall fall in the land of the Chaldeans. This is the land of the Chaldeans. This is modern day Basra. This is Edom, the land of Idumea, the second Egypt. Again, Babylon the Great. And they that are thrusted through in her streets, for Israel have not been forsaken, right, nor Judah of his power, of the Lord of hosts,